Hi everybody, welcome to KastorsCorner.com. I am your host Khalil here for another toy of the day. You can go to KastorsCorner.com for a full gallery of these figures, as well as a past archive of everything I've done so far. You can follow us. We are at Kastor's Corner on all social media, and you can check out the Cornercast podcast every Monday night. New podcasts. Subscribe to that. Subscribe to this. We really appreciate it. We got another late one, which is I was out shopping today, just because I needed a little bit of a break from everything that's been going on, and so I was lucky enough, and you can see the mess is starting to kind of rise up from the ground. And no, this is not tonight, but we'll have this to look at very, very soon. Thanks to our friend Ben, as well as more to talk about. Again, thanks to Ben. But what we are talking about tonight is the magic that is Mario Brothers. Here we are. So I stumbled on the newest wave of Mario Brothers, and I have been collecting since the line started with Jakks Pacific. Excuse me, God, a lot of dust. Matter of fact, it goes all the way back to SH Figure Arts, Bandai, when they did like the Mario packs where you got Mario and the bricks and some coins and all this stuff. Before they were articulated, I was buying these things, or I wasn't buying them when they weren't articulated. They didn't really have, they kind of 5 POA, not a lot of articulation, not a lot of movement, not a lot of posing, and so I wasn't really getting into it. And then what happens is always, I got bored at a con, and I decided that I had an extra $100 in my pocket, and 3 Mario Brothers sets, might have been Mario, Luigi, or Mario villains and a brick set, was like just under $100. The money was burning a hole in my pocket. It was cash. Boom, I bought it, and the rest is history. And I wanted to build an entire Mario world. And the World of Nintendo line from Jakks Pacific was like growing. They had Metroid, they had Star Fox, they had Mario. You know, they would wrap those things in, and Toys R Us was a big part of that line continuing. And since then, we've kind of seen it kind of ebb and flow. The 2.5-inch line, you know, the smaller line with playsets kind of has blossomed into an incredible line. So expansive that I don't know what I would do with it if I had gotten into it. But I stuck with the 4-inch guys because the 4-inch guys fit with Figure Arts Link. It fits with Figure Arts Metroid. It just fit more in tune with the other lines that were out there. And so I've been buying the new characters. So I'm not buying all the different Mario suits. I already have Fire, Raccoon, and probably Raccoon Tail from Mario 3. But I don't get into Cappy and Safari and all those things. But we did a Koopa video a couple months ago, I guess. And now we're looking at the Boomerang brothers here. And they're called the Boomerang Brothers, so I didn't buy one, and it's been sitting on my desk waiting for its twin to get here. So I've got the Boomerang Brothers. Very happy for that, because they go so well with my Hammer Brothers. You know, they stand on top of 2 bricks, and they just mess with Mario and Luigi. And whether they're throwing hammers at them, or they're throwing... I gotta pull my shelf out. Whether they're doing hammers or whether they're doing boomerangs, I mean, the figures are about the same. They're probably exactly the same. These are a little bit older, so the paint just doesn't feel as crisp on the hammers as they do very, very bright, very clean lines on the newest wave that is just hitting retailers now. I do have Fire Brothers somewhere, and yes, they are down in the archives. Someday I will share the journey from mess to organized space and dioramas that I can actually photograph. But until then, it's just a giant pile of crap just sitting on the floor. But not crap. They're very important things to me, but you know, it is what it is. So they are fairly about the same. I want to say the Hammer Brothers mouths are a little bit more closed. The Boomerang Brothers here looks like their mouths are a little more open. They are in scale with all the other Mario characters, Yoshi and Princess and Toad and all of them. I just love the idea of a really like well-rounded someday having or being able to build or up for display at a certain point is a really nice Mario display. World 1-1 or 1-1 into 1-2 and just have all these characters kind of in the way and all of our heroes fighting their way through. And it's, I don't know. This is one of those lines where I buy it just because I've bought it for so long that I don't, like, I got excited to find it. And to find it before I knew it was out. Like, I had heard rumblings that this was coming, and then just to see it on the shelf, and nobody that, Junior didn't know about it, Bill didn't know about it, or didn't know they were out, and to be the first one to find it, and then to be able to get a second one, like a month later, which is how long it took for our targets to restock this wave, and then help Bill get his first. It was a win, and frankly, I needed a win this week. And between Casey and Batman, and I've got another surprise that I will share later that we got something a little bit early, and we're excited to share it with you. But I needed a win this week, and so I got my win, and it felt really good, and it was something that I've been learning to appreciate the moments of joy that these things bring, and trying to sustain that feeling and continue riding that wave, so that when there are darker times like there have been this week, these kind of help refocus that attention so those really dark thoughts don't kind of creep in. And I know that was a little heavy talking about two little turtles with boomerangs and helmets that are trying to kill an Italian plumber in an imaginary world where mushrooms come to life. But it is the world in which I inhabit. So here we are. So I'm going to take a few turnarounds of these guys and compare them to those. And someday I'll find the Fire Brothers and I'll break them out. And we'll do a photo shoot with the 3 sets of brothers. But until then, here are the Boomerang Brothers. So thank you for going on this journey with me. So you can check out a full gallery. Somewhat full gallery. I mean, come on, guys. Like, there's not a lot to photograph here, and since it's the light box and not a diorama, we're not going to go for action poses here. So you'll just get close-ups, so you get to see how they look and compare the blue and the greens. And you could follow us. We are at Kastor's Corner on all social media. If you're wondering, Kastor's Corner with K's. You can get one of these shirts. You can subscribe to the Cornercast podcast, and you can subscribe to this podcast. Watch another video, subscribe to the podcast, either one. The more of you that do that, the more cool things we get to do, and we get to share them with you. And again, like I've been ending everyone this week, it's just, thoughts, prayers, feelings, all that stuff for our little mascot who still isn't home yet, and hoping he gets home soon and feels all the love that you all have been showing me and we've been putting out there to him, and really can't wait for his return home, and can't wait for him to be seated right here. I've got the toy ready to do the review with him. We are all set. I've got 2 reviews planned with him, and I can't do them until he's here. So yeah. So until tomorrow night for another toy of the day. Thank you guys for watching here on CastorsCorner.com, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody.